Okay, dear viewer, many thanks to you for joining us on the show. It's at the Arena on Aneke Television today. My name is Chris Anibuogo. Remember, the Arena is where we meet to take on burning topical issues and matters which affects us as a people in this society. Yes, we host analysts and guests who come to offer their thoughts and their opinions on these issues and matters so that we could engender a better society for every one of us. So you're welcome on board, dear viewer. Yes, of course, today we have joining us on this show a regular, a man who has actually dedicated this part of his time to doing what I choose to call national service. Barrister Ezonora Cletus. He is a public affairs analyst, but then he's a lawyer based here in Enugu. It's a pleasure to have you join us, sir.
Chris, thank you for having me.
All right. Yes, dear viewer, what are we looking at on the show today? Still, on the ongoing Nigerian Bar Association Annual General Conference holding here in Enugu, a look into the Nigerian legal system. That's what we're looking at on the show today. So, let's begin with you on this note. Yes, we understand it's been a week-long activity for you lawyers in Nigeria, here in Enugu State. How has the experience been so far for you, the lawyers? Let's begin on that note first.
No, the experience is commendable and awesome. It's something that is commendable and everybody enjoyed it. Yes, and
Okay.
It's a convergence of legal minds from different quarters. Do you get me? From Lagos, Abuja, Kano, 36 states of the Federation, various branches of MBA all converge together, to deliberate on national issues, on national matters as it affects the people. Yes.
Now, I wouldn't know, for some of you, this is like homecoming to the co-city state of Enugu. And then we understand, aside from the official, normal, maybe lectures and the speech presentations and the rest of them, what about the fun part of the conference? Have you people been catching fun here in Enugu?
Of course, from what is on ground, everybody can attest to what is playing out. All the hotel, the business activities in Enugu, was booming, and all the hotels in Enugu, was filled up. We are filled up with participants. So there is no space, and it boosts the state's economic economic base. Yes, because a lot of money came into the state within this 1 week period of the conference. So, and money is a medium of exchange. You buy goods and services and what have you. So it's good, and we welcome it.
It's a good one for the state.
Yes, it's a good one.
But then also, for some of you, I came across a particular post on social media just this morning where I saw a photograph of a class of 1986
Yes.
classmates. Okay, meeting again after a very long time.
Yes.
For some of you, what's the experience been like seeing former classmates coming together in the same environment? Was it crazy? Or was it just the normal business as usual of lawyers speaking grammar in the courtroom?
I left school in 2008.
Yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and yesterday we had a party. My class, that's 2008, class of Faculty of Law, Enugu State University of Science and Technology. So I saw some people whom I have never met, whom I've never seen after our graduation day.
Wow.
Yesterday. So it was a commendable thing, and it was something of joy. So it was a thing of joy, because I have not set my eyes on them after we departed in the school, and then after we graduated from the Faculty of Law.
Okay.
So, but I had the opportunity to see them, and we all dine and wine together yesterday. And so it's something that is commendable.
Quite commendable indeed. And then bringing the conference to the coast city state of Enugu. I don't know, for you, you are based here in Enugu.
Yes.
Do you think, we understand that Enugu was not initially proposed to host this annual general conference.
Yes.
It was supposed to be in Rivers State.
Yes.
But this is in protest by the NBA.
Yes.
Against the authorities.
Against the proclamation of state of emergency in Rivers State.
In Rivers State.
Yes.
But then again, do you think Enugu has been positioned, has been positioned as one of the leading states in Nigeria? Because considering the period that the decision was taken to divert the venue of the general conference away from Rivers, maybe states like Lagos, Abuja would have been better off. But for the decision to be made that we switch over to Enugu, is that a testament of the fact that the current administration in Enugu has done well for Enugu's environment, so to maybe aesthetics? You talked about hotel business being booming.
Yes.
For you, what is it like?
No, you know why the conference was rescheduled or taken to Enugu was because of what transpired in Rivers State. How the president invoked Section 308 to sack a sitting elected governor from office and suspended the House of Assembly, and it was a protest on the arbitrary use of powers exercised by the president. So the NBA rose to an emergency meeting and decided to take that scheduled conference from Port Harcourt to Enugu. Yes, it was a protest because nobody, a right-thinking person or a lawyer, that will welcome what Mr. President did.
In Rivers.
Yes, because even the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria does not even give the president the power to suspend a common councillor. Let me use that word, a common councillor, let alone a governor that was elected by the majority of lawful votes that was cast during the election, general election.
Alongside members of the legislative
yes.
and
the law is clear. The section is clear on the conditions upon which the president can invoke such powers. Do you get that? So the law said it is only when the Nigeria, it is only when the country is at war or any party thereof. That is the clear wording of the Constitution. But in Rivers State, there was nothing like war or any party thereof. Then, even bombing of oil pipelines, it was orchestrated by political opponents of the governor. From from investigations
and
we did on ground, yes, and from the report we saw. Do get that? So now, how could the president imagine suspending a sitting governor without the recourse to the law? And the National Assembly will have the mindset, will have the audacity to sanction the illegality being perpetuated by Mr. President.
So the NBA has to give their protest.
We have to
against
take our
position.
stance. We have to take our stance and call a spade a spade. That was what happened. And because our president, the Barrister Afamo Osigwe, that was elected last year to lead the bar for the next 2 years, he's from the eastern part of it, from Nnewi, so to speak.
In Anambra State.
Yes, in Anambra State. So, and as an Igbo man, there is no way he will contemplate taking it elsewhere other than a comfortable place within the Igbo,
the southeast,
within the Igbo extraction, and the Enugu happens to be the choosing place.
So for you, why Enugu within that short period of time for such a decision? Why Enugu? Why not Anambra? Why not Ebonyi? Why not Imo? Where are they?
It's just because
Which one am I living in? Why not Abia State? Why Enugu State?
No, if you go to those states you've just mentioned, yes, you can't get up to, the conference center that will accommodate over 10,000, participants. Yes, but this conference center here in Enugu, in Obara Square here, this conference center can accommodate over 50,000 participants. Yes, if you go in there, you will appreciate what the vision of the then Chimaroke, because Chimaroke was the one who initiated it.
Who said the
Yes,
ball
and
rolling?
but the successive administration abandoned it. So, having been abandoned for many years, then when Peter Mba emerged, because Peter Mba also worked with Chimaroke as,
Yes.
as his chief of staff and a commissioner. So he was part of that proposal to get that conference, to get it in place, or to put it in place. So I think that was the vision. He doesn't want their vision to die. Then he revived it.
So it's good for it's a welcome development from the Enugu.
Yes, it's a way to attract or even to get what's it called, tax, because you pay for the use and occupation of the place.
All right, barristers,
you pay the Enugu state government into the
okay. Let's now move proper into the crux of the matter. The conference is holding in Enugu now, and I wouldn't know. I came around and I saw thousands of lawyers.
Yes.
I mean, thousands of lawyers.
Yes.
And I begin to wonder, it begins to look like every family in Nigeria has a lawyer. That's just my conclusion.
Yes.
From what I'm able to make out from the outing, because the population of lawyers I saw, wow,
yes,
very intimidating. So talk to us now. What is it about the profession, law? What is it about it?
No, one thing I want you to have at the back of your mind is this. We have over 70-something thousand lawyers, or even 80,000 lawyers, over 80,000 lawyers in Nigeria. That's inclusive of those who are dead and those who are alive, because we have enrollment book in the Supreme Court, and you are the one to write your name after you must have been called to bar. Go to the Supreme Court, they open the listing, you write your name, your surname, and the enrollment number yourself. You must write it. Nobody's writing it for you.
Okay.
Yes. So now, looking at that population you are seeing, or the number of people you are seeing there, you can't use it to generalize or to draw a conclusion that every family in Nigeria has a lawyer.
With such population?
Yes. No, it is not. It's not possible. No. Why I said it is not possible is this. Then we have, like in Yorubas, if you go to Yoruba, because Yorubas are the majority in the legal profession.
Okay.
So if you go to Yorubas, you see a family, both father and mother are lawyers, children, all the children are lawyers. You can get them in the Yorubas. If you come to Igbo, you will also get some, greater percentage of lawyers. Then if you get to the north, you also get greater percentage of lawyers. But Yorubas are they are the one dominating the profession. Yes. So, as this conference, this ongoing conference, yes, you see them, you see a lot of us, moving from pillar to post, moving from conference hall to other places. Do you get that? It's just the fun of it. It's just the fun of it. But you can't just use it to draw the conclusion, that every family in Nigeria has lawyers. No. We are out of, we have over 180 million Nigerians.
Okay.
Do you get that?
I think we're even estimated to be over 200 million.
Over 200 million, according to a report. Then if you out of that 180 million Nigerians, then lawyers are not up to 100,000.
Okay.
So you use it to.
Anyway, we are
not up to 100,000. Not talk less of 1 million out of 180.
Okay, but then you're up to 80,000.
We are up to 80,000.
So now, what is in this profession? What is in it?
No, there is nothing in it. All these lawyers you are seeing there, all these lawyers you are seeing in all this, multitude of lawyers you are seeing in that. Most of them are not even practicing lawyers. Most of them are into academics.
Okay.
Some of them are into, real estate. Some of them are into business. Some of them are into litigious lawyers are very few. That's lawyers that goes to court, argue cases, win or lose cases are very few lawyers. Very few lawyers. Check or you can draw the statistics in Enugu. Check all the chambers, the chambers, the chambers office in Enugu or lawyers office in Enugu. If you count them, I don't think is over. I don't think is over 2,000 offices in Enugu.
But then the rest are certified lawyers.
The rest are certified lawyers.
They are certified lawyers.
But they are lawyers, but they have other engagements elsewhere. You know, they have other engagements outside law.
Now, where I was actually headed to is, some persons have described the legal profession as a noble profession.
That is what it is.
As a noble, as an honorable profession.
It's an honorable profession.
I don't know about the other
Even though we have some bad eggs amongst us.
That's what I'm driving
at. But the law has a way to take care of them.
That's what I'm driving at. So if we have this number of population out of the rest of us in Nigeria as lawyers, who have been described to be noble, honorable men and women. The last time I checked also, Barry says in Racletus, the legal sector has been seen to be the last hope of the common man in society.
That is what it should be.
So do you think that the legal system in Nigeria is actually where it is supposed to be? Are we where we're supposed to be?
No, principally. You know, why I say principally is, you know, when it comes to principles, the legal profession, you know, seems to be where it's supposed to be. Yes, but practically, the profession has dwindled.
So let's look at both of them.
Yes. So now
the other one is seeming to be where it should be.
Yes.
But the other practically is not.
It's not there.
So let's look at the seeming first.
Yes. Why I said so is because the laws are the laws are there. The constitution is there. The other enabling laws are there. Do you get me? And the law is very, very clear and unambiguous. You read them, you apply them the way it should be applied. But in the society we find ourselves, you see some people putting a square peg in a round hole just to achieve their ulterior motive, or just to achieve what they intend to achieve. Do you get that? So now, Nigerian societies, before this democracy came on board in 1999, if a case is filed in court, you can predict what will be the outcome of that case.
You can?
Yes, you can predict based on the facts available from the contending parties. Do you get me? You can say that this may likely be the outcome of what the court may likely say or deliver as a judgment. I will give you an example. There is a case of Lagos State military government against Ojukwu. That is a classical case on the powers of the governor to revoke right of occupancy of a landlord. The matter went up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court, I think Edo Puta or Kayode, descended on the military governor. Yes, and they set aside that revocation that the governor, exercised arbitrarily. Do you get that? But in the practical context we are in the present Nigeria now. In the present Nigeria, it will be very, very difficult for somebody to win a case against a sitting governor. It is practically impossible.
So if that's the case, why is that so?
Just because I said practically, that the system seems to not be favorable, or the system, is a kind of being captured.
Is it because our laws have become weak? Why is that so? Because you just made reference to the likes of Justice Oputa.
Yes.
We know of the days of Uwais.
Yeah.
Justice Namani, and the likes of them.
Yes.
These were reputable lawyers.
Yes, jurists.
You understand?
Yes.
Jurists. I know of a time in this country when neighboring countries will come to hire.
Yes.
Our men from the legal profession.
Yes, to go and man their courts.
Cases for them in their courts.
Yes, even Gambia, all these Burkina Faso, there are Nigerian lawyers who are...
So, but based on what you just said now, what has changed? Why has the law become so weakened? Why is the Nigerian legal system no longer where it should have been by now? This is 2025.
No, political interference is
Political interference.
Yes, is a major, impediment to the smooth running of the courts. The politicians interferes with the activities going on in the courtroom.
But the court is supposed to be a sacrosanct, you know,
one thing, the court is supposed
entity,
to be independent on that.
institution.
Yes. Because one, the judiciary is not only is not only an arm of government. The judiciary derives its powers from the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's the same way that if you have read about the doctrine of separation of powers propounded by Baron de Montes.
That's right.
Yes. Then he said that once powers are not separated, there is imminent danger that the governors will abuse it. That's the people at the helm of affairs will abuse the powers. But when you separate the power, everybody will be acting independent of his own. But in Nigerian context, we have seen a situation whereby judicial pronouncements have been, interfered with. Interfered with,
Maybe
yes.
by the executive.
By the executive.
But why is that so? And then the judiciary will allow it?
No, why they allow it is just because of the pressure. And why we allow it is because of the kind of constitution we have in this country.
The 1999 constitution.
1999 constitution. The constitution Abu Salame Abubakar gave to us and claimed that we Nigerians gave it to ourselves. They'll get that. It's because of the constitution we are running. Because we are the judiciary is, partially subservient to the executive. Because the executive refused to allow judicial autonomy. Governors buy cars for the judges. Governors build houses for the judges. Governors pay allowances to the judges. And they're saying that, who pays the piper will always dictate its tune.
That's right.
Do you get me? So if the judiciary is independent, if the judiciary is financially independent, financial autonomy, they have been fighting autonomy from the days of Obasanjo.
In 1999.
1999 and up to this 2025 we are. And we've gotten it in principles, but practically the autonomy is not there.
If that's the case, are we in other words saying that the judicial sector, which is the third arm of government,
yes,
has actually become overwhelmed by the activities of the political class?
Yes, I'm saying so. Yes, they have been overwhelmed by the activities of the political class because one is even the constitution itself, in the appointment of judges, judicial officers. The appointment is made by the governor, by the governor through the recommendation of the NJC. Do you get me? The governor makes the appointment of state judges through the recommendation of NJC,
as well as even the NJC.
Yes. Then the federal courts, the federal judges. The same thing applies. The president appoints judges upon the recommendation of the NJC. So why should that clause, find its way in our constitution? Why should the drafters of our constitution insert that kind of words? Why must the governor appoint through the recommendation of the NJC? The governor should be, their hands should be taken off the appointment. What concerns them? The judiciary should find a way to make their own appointments.
Isn't that where the NBA should be coming in, Nigerian Bar Association?
The Nigerian Bar Association, yes. The Nigerian Bar Association is a pressure group. It's a registered pressure group. Then now, we have trustees. Now, the NBA, which is the association I belong, we are handicapped because we don't make laws.
But then as a pressure group,
on whose responsibility to make laws?
Apologies.
The responsibility of making laws.
You are not on a hot seat though, but then these things begin to worry us as concern the members of the society. Because Barry says, you'll agree with me that if the Nigerian people have lost hope in leadership, after all, Professor Chinua Achebe of blessed memory, in his book, stated clearly, in one of the books, he stated clearly that the problem with Nigeria is leadership. And he also said, when the center can no longer hold, things will certainly fall apart.
Of course.
And the leadership is the center. So if the Nigerian people have lost hope in the electoral system, they've lost hope in the, in the crop of leadership that represents them.
Yes.
I think the next place they are finding hope is in the justice sector. And if we are saying that the political class have actually overwhelmed the current day crop of, judicial officers that we have. Is that the hope again for the common man?
That is the problem we are having. There's no hope again for the common man in Nigeria. Yes. And there's no hope there is no hope outrightly for the common man in Nigeria. So because where would the hope be? Because one, the common man, a common man, find it very difficult to even fund a case, to even sponsor a case, to even pay a lawyer his fees, to go to court and stand for him, to file papers for him, for redress. Do you get that? So it is very, very difficult because justice should not only be done, but it should have been seen to have been done. Yes. So now the situation we find ourselves in a very precarious situation that even to assess justice in Nigeria is very, very difficult. Coming from the angle of filing, coming from the angle of paying the lawyer necessary fees, professional fees, then coming from the angle of even retaining the services of a lawyer as the case progresses in court. So when you take an appraisal of all these factors, then you find out that it will be difficult for a common man to even fund the case. And that is the reason why you see some of common people in Nigeria resort to deity as a way of finding redress and the refuge to the infringement done to them.
Instead of going to the court?
Yes, by the ruling class. Yes, instead of going to court. Some will tell you that if you go to court, that the court will last for 10 years.
So I don't know. It's I don't know these things anyway. We're actually worried because we look up to the judicial sector to redeem the country.
Yes.
To redeem the country. But then it's obvious that the judicial sector is actually being overwhelmed itself.
They're overwhelmed. But we still have the courageous judges. Those who can sue their ground and do the right thing and do justice, no matter who, or us is God's. Do you get me? There are people who are courageous, and I give it to them. There are people who are incorruptible. There are judicial officers who are incorruptible.
Let's talk about corruption now. During the last administration under late President Muhammadu Buhari,
yes,
we saw a situation where he actually directed the arrest of principal judges in Nigeria.
Yes.
They had to be picked up from their various homes.
Yes.
Is that not an indication that there is corruption within the bar and the bench?
No, the issue is that in that scenario that played out while the late President Muhammadu Buhari was still in the saddle was because the president was misled. Because the action he took, one is ultra-virus, it is illegal, and you can't factor, in a sane society. Nobody can advise a president to embark on such sting operation.
But
why must you go to their destiny?
But then the exercise was carried.
If you think that a judge is committed offense, or is committing an offense, or is erring in his because of his job, or because of his judicial duties, the appropriate place to go is NJC. They are the one constitutionally empowered to discipline erring judges. You don't resort to using EFCC, DSS to arrest them at the middle of the night. It is unheard of.
Okay, but then again, we also discovered that actually some of them actually had huge sums of money kept in their homes, as discovered.
Yes, it's just because why they have money. They should have money. Do you get me? It's a tip. Somebody who was also working with them, some people who are giving them that money must have given the president the information that I took money to this man, and that money should be with him.
So obviously there is corruption within.
There is corruption, and it's systemic, in such a way that you can't even factor how the entire thing is going. Do you get me? You can't even have a checklist on how to curb the corrupt activities within judiciary and outside the judiciary in Nigeria. Yes, the corruption is too much. It's not something, I don't think anybody can even, I don't think anybody has the way with her to fight corruption in this country.
The Sultan of Sokoto, while attending the ongoing conference in Enugu,
I listened to his this thing.
he had to make a passionate appeal
Yes.
to you, the lawyers,
Yes.
where he said, please, can you ensure that justice will not be bought anymore?
Yes.
Did that word fall on deaf ears?
Of
Did it fall on stones, or did it get into you?
He even said
the
that
drums of the
justice is for the highest bidder.
lawyers? Yes, the Sultan said so.
Yes.
That's a serious
I listened to
indictment.
it. Yes, it's a serious indictment. It's just because of what, you know, with the development, you know, the pronouncement coming out from our various courts. Yes. Just in you know, recently, you know, in Anambra, a judge will give an ex parte order. Another judge of the same coordinate jurisdiction will still give the same ex parte application. Even when you are not, even when a judge is not aware or presumed to not be aware. Do you get me? You before you give an order of ex parte application, because ex parte means you are hearing one person without the other. That is what it simply means. So before you can hand down an order ex parte, why can't you just adjourn the matter? Ask the other man to put the other person on notice. You don't just give ex parte order. Look at Ekwo. Nyang Ekwo was suspended for 2 years. For 2 years without salary. Just because he gave ex parte orders. Unjustifiable ex parte orders. So, you know, we have seen a situation whereby, you know, the temple of justice, you know, is being desecrated on a daily basis by the political class, using the instrumentality of our members, of our lawyers, to perpetrate those, you know, illegality.
One still feels that
Called a court order.
One still feels that there must be a way forward out of this whole thing, because the judicial sector is one sector I know that society cannot afford to toy with.
Yes.
Even if every other sector goes bad, the justice sector shouldn't allow itself, you know, to be overwhelmed
Yes.
by the activities of, let me say, some elites,
Yes.
political class, or even the larger society. I don't know what has become of that blind woman of law. We see her
symbol of
eyes
justice.
always tied
The symbol of justice. So he's not seeing
with a
anybody.
cloth, so
Yes.
she's not supposed to see.
Anybody.
Carrying the scale on one hand,
Yes.
and the sword on the
Yes.
other hand. I call her the blind woman of law.
Is the blind woman.
In Nigeria, it seems she's no longer having the cloth on the eyes anymore.
That is what
she
is.
sees
That is
widely
what we. That is where we are sliding into. But I pray and I believe that judiciary will recuse them. It will rescue themselves.
now. Okay.
Yes, we will rescue the institution and put it to a proper perspective. If you listen to Obi Ezekwesili's
yes.
speech, she made a serious, you know, she made a damning allegation against some people who are trooping into the profession. That the legal profession should be, that we should guide it. Is advising the lawyers. This is not profession that is meant for everybody. You have to be, you know, the person who is aspiring to become a lawyer has to be, you know, you have to be somebody
Of integrity.
of integrity, both in character and otherwise. Yes.
Okay, away from all of that, we'll begin to round off. The signals are coming. I wish we were not rounding off now anyway, but then we need to round off. Now the annual general conference of the NBA is about coming to end in Enugu. I don't know what will be the takeaways from the lectures. You people have had fun. I'm aware there have been sessions,
Yes.
classes, where topical issues affect society have been brought to the know of
Yes.
lawyers.
Yes.
I was sharing with a colleague of yours who said he had been opportuned to learn different things that he has not learned before as a lawyer.
Yes.
He said the issues concerning artificial intelligence,
Yes.
the new tax reforms.
Yes.
He said now this conference has enabled him to acquire this knowledge on
yeah.
these other sectors. Now he's going out prepared and better armed to take on cases that may be coming from that
From that
end.
aspect.
Yes. But then What then should this conference do for you lawyers? Is it just about coming to acquire more knowledge? Is it just about coming to have fun, enjoy the immediate environment? It's just about coming, to have a reunion with former colleagues and classmates?
Yes.
Shouldn't the conference also provide opportunity for you to begin to treat issues like we are discussing now?
Yes, if you look at one of the developments in a build up to this conference, the detained IPOB leader wrote to NBA.
That's Nnamdi Kanu.
Urging them to discuss his issue, his continuous detention. Yes, from the within the DSS custody.
Was his appeal heeded?
No, nobody looked at that because it's not part of the agenda lined up for the I don't think they didn't look at it. Do you get me? Because his issue has political and security correlation.
Okay.
Yes, so it's not something issues you can just pick up and begin to discuss. And it's not part of the agenda of this year's annual general conference. But be that as it may, I think the lawyers, his lawyers, should also find a way to bring it to the notice of the NBA, because they meet, they meet on, I think, monthly and a quarterly basis.
Okay.
Yes. So.
Okay, dear viewer, I think this is where we'll wrap it up. The Nigerian Bar Association Annual General Conference. A look into the Nigerian legal sector is what we've been looking at with our guest, Barrister Ezonora Cletus, who is a legal practitioner based in Enugu as well as a public affairs analyst. Barrister, I want to put it to you. Let me borrow your language. I put it to you that you've been very resourceful on this show today. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, dear viewer, that's much we'll take. I don't know. We'll keep praying that things will get into shape in Nigeria. There must be hope at the end of the tunnel. But by the way, why must we even pass through the tunnel? Just maybe. Maybe there will be another way out. But until that happens, be a better citizen. My name is Chris Anibog. Bye for now.